Hello, Brother Sewing and Crafting family. Welcome to today's Monday. Check it off the list. Today we have a really fun show. Hi, girls.
Hi, Angela.
I've got Kim and Kathy in here. With this whole week, we have got brother brand ambassadors, brother educators popping in every single day to give you some inspiration for gifts, home deck, you name it. Something fun for the holidays that's quick and easy. And Kathy's going to be popping in every day with a recipe, and it's the recipe that I like. One that is on the Luminaire and not one that's in the kitchen. So welcome, girls. So Kathy, great to see you. I love your festivity.
Thanks.
And I see Kim over here. Welcome.
Good morning.
So this is what we're going to do today. So Kathy is going to give us her recipe on the Luminaire. If you watched the show last week, she had a ton of these, and everyone was like, "I've got to see more of these." So we're going to have Kathy go on first, and then we're going to have Kim, who's going to show us a really. Do you want to just hold one up there for us, Kim? That's going to be very exciting. And then we're also going to be talking about our ugly sweaters, or actually I should say really cool sweaters by the time we're finished. So welcome everyone. Say hi if you've never been here before. You never know, your neighbor might be sewing next to you or fishing, although it's getting a little late in the season for us. But for my dear friends in Florida, I'm sure you're having a good time. So, all right. So Kathy, let's start with you. What do you have for us today?
I have a new recipe that I'm going to share with you, and this is what it looks like stitched out.
Oh, that's very cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to the machine camera, and
all right,
then
we'll see
I'm
you back
going
there.
to walk you through.
All right. So we'll take her out for a second, and when she gets to her machine, I'll bring you guys back. I don't know if you saw that show, Kim, when she did she calls them little recipes.
I did.
And they were so many cool things to do with my design center. So many.
I had no idea we had that. It never occurred to me. We got to do it as a group one time, and it just blew me away. It's like, whoa, that's so cool. I think we did like a plaid pattern. It was very, very cool.
Very fun. Okay, so we got you up here, Kathy. Take it away.
Okay, so I'm going into my design center, and I'm going to pick one of my decorative fills.
Oh.
This time I'm picking fill number 5. Which is, I call this the circles. And we're going to just leave the color at red. I'm going to fill the whole screen. I'm going to touch next. I'm leaving all the default settings and set it. So now it's an embroidery design. Now I want to go back and add. I'm going to go back into my design center. Go back into those decorative fills, but this time I'm going to choose a
just real quick. I see. So Kathy, one sec. I see some of you saying that her screen is not totally in focus. So if the internet gets low on anybody's side, you can go back and watch this again. So as long as it catches up. So just so you know, we know that, but there's not much we can do about it right now. So just FYI. Okay, Kathy, keep rolling.
Okay. So this time I'm going to pick decorative fill 007, and I'm going to fill the whole screen. And again, I'm going to leave all the default settings as they are and set it. So whenever we have the two of them combined, I'll bring it up bigger on my screen. I don't know if you can see that as well as you could see just what I have stitched out. So that's what it looks like stitched out.
Oh, hold that up for 1 second and just keep that still so everyone can focus on that. That looks great. Wow. Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cool. So just to walk through the steps one more time, because I know some people said that it was a little bit blurry. Could you just walk through those steps one more quick time?
Okay. Get a clean palette. My Design Center, your decorative fills, 005, fill your page. And you could do this around an embroidery design if you had if you created a custom stamp. So you could put 2 fills on top of each other around a design. But we're leaving this one at the defaults and just set it so that it's an embroidery design. And then you want to go back to where it says add, go back into My Design Center, choose another decorative fill. I always like to change the colors. And this time we're going to do 007. Fill my whole page. We're leaving it all the default settings the same. And now we have our 2 combined designs on the machine screen.
That is awesome. And just hold that fabric up one more time, because all of you that had said, maybe it's a little blurry on your side, if you listen to everything she said, follow the steps, that's your recipe, and this is what you get. Oh, I love this.
That's cool.
That is really cool. And so I know some people will say, well, can I do this? Do I just have to have the Luminaire to do this? No, as long as you have My Design Center on your Brother machine, you are good to go with that. And you can follow the exact same steps that she just mentioned here. Oh, Kathy, that's a lot of fun. Thank you for the recipe of the day.
Thank you. I'll be back tomorrow with another one. So stay tuned.
That sounds awesome. Everyone say thank you, Kathy. We cannot wait till tomorrow's. So take notes, guys. You're going to have a whole recipe book when we have her come back here. I love that. So cool. All right, Kim. So you have some really fun projects on here as well. So do you want to get started in telling us what you have going?
I do.
Oh, you know what? Before you go, let's just say goodbye to Kathy. Kathy, you're back real quick.
Oh,
Kathy, we just want to say thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Wonderful. Love the ears.
Thank you.
All right. So go ahead, Kim. Show
Okay.
us what you have.
Okay, so I started upcycling, a lot of upcycle things. And I've been doing upcycle on garments. And most of those were done with 100% silk neckties that I bought either at, a resale store or something like that. Also, if you start doing these projects and you tell your sewing group or your quilt guild, I'd like to start doing some projects using the neckties. You're going to find little Ziploc bags on your front porch like 3 or 4 times a week. So it's just a nice way to reuse ties. Sometimes they're sentimental, but sometimes they're not 100% silk. So the silk ones are good for garments because they're, kind of swooshy and soft and drapey. But sometimes you get ties like this that are polyester. The fabric is still really pretty, but they're not that great to make garments or to upcycle garments with. So I started using them. I didn't want to get rid of them, but I started making these little necktie roses.
Those are so cute.
I put them on pin backs. I have these really fun hats. You can put them on hats. I have coats where I can put them on the great big collar, the big stand-up collar on the coats. Hold your scarf together with them. So I found a lot of really cool things to do with these. And these are really not sewing projects. They're more craft projects. So I'm going to pull if you have a glue gun.
Oh, we all have. Everyone has a glue gun.
Anybody have a glue gun? I buy these little pin backs in bulk, and I have some stiff felt. This isn't the floppy felt. This is the more, the stiffer felt for the backs. You can also put these on headbands, big hair clips. There's all different things you can put them on. But I'm going to show you now how to actually just make the rose. So I'm starting with a tie. I'm just going to leave it as it is. You can choose to remove this or not. It's not going to make a big difference here if you remove that. So I'm just going to leave it on there. Sometimes if there's a really cool sometimes there's really cool tags, and I will take those off and reuse them for something else. So right now I'm going to lay this out. I'm going to start down here. I'm going to start down here at the skinny end, right here. And I'm going to roll this over real tight and put some glue and just hold it down for a second. Be real careful not to burn yourself. And I'm just going to start rolling this real tight. This is going to be the center. Whoops, sorry. This is going to be the center of the rose. And I'm using this on like a rubber pad so that it doesn't get all over my pressing area. And I'm just rolling really, really tight. And if you look on YouTube, there's a lot of different ways of doing this. This is the way I've kind of come up with that works for me. I like to leave the bottom flat. There's other ways to do it where the bottom ends up coming out kind of like a stem. But for what I do, I like it to be sort of flat. So I'm just giving it a nice little tug, rolling it, rolling it. And this is forming the center of the rose.
That's so easy to do.
Isn't it easy? I mean, seriously, I had to make myself stop making these. So I'm just rolling, 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 gluing, rolling. And I like to make the middle out of this long kind of, the skinny part. And then when you get to the fat part, that's where the big petals start coming in. Still rolling the center. Okay, that's about far enough. So when I have about this much left, I'm going to take a hold of the rest and I'm just going to twist it toward myself and put some glue down in there. And now I'm going to leave it here on the little pad so that I'm sure that the bottom stays nice and flat. And I'm going to roll this toward myself again, give it a little twist and some more glue. Twist it and make sure that this bottom edge stays against the mat. If you're not real comfortable with the glue gun, you can always sew this by hand. I'm not really that patient. I can sew it by hand.
That would work too. It's kind of ironic. The theme is quick and easy holiday projects. Yes. But this actually would be good for any time. It wouldn't have to just be for the holiday.
It wouldn't have to be, no. You can put these on top of a gift.
I was just thinking that would definitely be one that you don't throw away if you get a gift like that.
Right. And you just keep going around. And I love the way these colors, this was kind of a boring tie, but look how pretty the colors.
Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous.
The colors come out so pretty on this. And then right at the end, I like to take the tail and just glue it to the back like this so that it kind of sticks out like a little leaf.
Oh my gosh, what a great idea.
And then, we're all kind of on the hoarder spectrum, right?
Kind of.
So these are all the tags that I've saved from other projects. So I would just go through here. Oh, here's one. This is nice for, this tie came from, from the World Wildlife Federation. And I'll just stick that right back in there. Just tuck it in. So now we have a little panda bear on this one.
Oh my gosh.
Just sticking out. And also remember, if you have a bedazzler, you can put little bedazzles all over this or beads or anything else. So now we just let that cool. I'm in the process of burning the skin off of my fingers.
I was just watching, thinking, that always happens to me whenever I'm doing anything with the glue gun. I get stuck all over my hands. There goes the manicure.
And then, yes, look at that. And then I have a wreath out front that I did with shells, and I'm still pulling glue gun, spider webs off of it. Okay, so then We're going to let that cool a little bit. So now to get the little backs on them, I have this leftover felt. You can use Peltex, but it's the more stiff felt. So I'll take that and one of my pin backs. I'm going to open the pin. I'm going to take a little marker and right in front of where the hinge is on the pin and right in front of where the hook is on the pin, I make a little mark there. I'm going to put this aside and get my scissors and just poke a hole in that. Doesn't matter how big, it's going to be glued, of course. I'm going to stick the pin through one of those holes. And then the other hole is going to be for the other side. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, we can see that great.
Okay. Now I'm going to just reinforce that on the back with a little bit of glue. Squish it onto my mat. And then I'll take, let's see, which is the front here. There we go. Now I'm going to take the back of the felt, squirt some more glue on there, squish it onto the back of the rose.
Oh my gosh, that's so easy.
And then slowly go around as much as you think you need on there. I like to give it quite a bit of stability, especially some of the bigger ones. You want it to be really, really secure. Okay, let that dry for a second. That's why I love hot glue, because it dries really quick. You don't have to wait for too much. And then just trim it away. So of course, if you're using a dark tie, you'll want to use a dark felt, for the background.
Yeah, but this way we can see it so much better this way.
Right.
That's so easy to do.
There. So that quickly, I made this pin that I can add to. I can add ribbons hanging down. I've actually made like first place ribbons for quilt shows for this, with the ribbons hanging down with the embroidered, first place, second place. And
oh, wow.
Where's the hanging there? There we go.
Kim, I could see you were mentioning maybe doing something like that for gifts. I could totally see having that and then having the name going down it,
Yep.
or, for any type of a gift.
Yep.
And that way that person could keep that forever. What a great idea.
Especially if it's a special tie, grandpa's tie or dad's tie or, whatever it is. I mean, you can make little ones and group them together. Oh, hi, Judy. I just love this project. It's so fast. It's so easy. You can, of course, still do it with the silk, but I like to save the silk ties for some of the other things. So also, when you're doing silk ties, you want to always remove that lining inside the tie, that stabilizer. It's like soft, almost like flannel. So I've been saving that also. Can you see that?
Oh, yeah.
So this is that stuff that was inside the tie. This is painted.
Oh my goodness.
Kind of raw edge. So there we go. It almost looks like burlap.
It really does. That's beautiful.
So, I don't know if it's because I'm cheap or lazy. I don't really understand it. But,
I wouldn't say that.
But these are all made with the lining part. I actually had it in the trash can and then said, wait a minute, stop. I think we can use some of that stuff.
Those are beautiful. And that is true though about the ties. In fact, I think I just looked in the garage the other day when I was cleaning, and his mom had given him a box of ties a couple years ago. And I was like, I know somebody will have some use for this. I don't know what. Well, you just solved it for me. Yes, absolutely. And, a couple of things that you could filter into there. You talked about some bling. For those that have the scan and cut with the rhinestone kit,
yes,
that would be a great way to do that. And you could even pre-cut the bottom parts too with the scan and cut.
Absolutely. There's no end to it. You can even pre-cut the text with the scan and cut and the iron-on, the iron-on glitter, vinyl, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, I see a whole stash of other things back there. So we were talking, by the way, just so you guys know, a while ago in January, we're going to be doing organizing our sewing rooms, right, Kim? We talked about that, but
we talked about it.
we talked about it. Your fabric looks so good in there. Everything is so organized. So I cannot wait till January when we can see how some of these organizing tips.
Hey, there's people out there that do so much with different, different size spaces. We've seen your studio, of course, but I have friends that have a closet that's built under the stairs where they have fold out tables and the machine and all their stashes in there, and they can close the whole thing up and you don't see it.
Really?
Or yeah, I mean, you don't need to have the whole, half of your house consumed with it, because people are so creative with the way that they're putting, setting up their sewing space.
Yeah, that is definitely it. That'll be on the January. Notice I keep you in different areas of the studio, so you cannot see what's over there or over there. It's chaos.
Can I show them my tie bin?
Sure, we'd love to see your tie bin.
So I don't know if I'm hitting it. Can you see it on the floor there?
Oh, we see the tie bin. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's about
Liz says, see something in the trash and say, wait.
No, that's about half the ties.
That's awesome. So today we also have another quick tutorial for you guys, because we were also talking about we call it the ugly sweater. It's been called that forever, but I say that they're not so ugly, because when I saw some of the things that you girls have been working on, those would not be considered ugly, but they're really fun. So Kim, what do you have on that? I have my green top out, but I have not done anything yet with it. I've done nothing. I'm going through trying to pick some embroidery designs. I found a couple cool photos with some velvet, and I was thinking of making some straps and maybe a skirt. Not that I need a skirt right now. It's going to snow, but either way, I'm in the studio, right? Who cares?
Or leggings would be cute too.
Oh, yeah.
With fur around the ankles.
That's a good idea. Well, okay, so do you have your?
I do. Do you want to see them now?
Yeah. If Cindy pops in, Cindy might pop in for a few minutes to show what she's doing. But if she doesn't, then it's all you.
Oh my. Okay. Well, let me just excuse myself here. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, I'll make you larger and me smaller. Oh my gosh, that jacket. That's not an ugly anything.
Okay. Well, I have to explain this. Okay. So a couple years ago, we were going to do an ugly sweater contest, with brother, and it was so much fun. But I was brand new at embroidery, and I didn't know at the time how to embroider on knits and, stretchy and bulky stuff. So I asked, can I just do jackets or something like that instead? Because that's more stable. And to me, it was easier. So she said, sure, do whatever you want. So I have this red coat that I picked up at the secondhand store. It's just a big, cute, giant red coat. And I love Nightmare Before Christmas. And so I put this ruffle. I used our ruffle attachment to do this ruffle here. And the little stand-up, how Jack has his little stand-up collar. And then to cover up the edges where the ruffler was, I have a lot of buttons. Oh
my gosh, that's so cute.
And then down here, I used our felting attachment on the machine to do felted wool and did all these little curly cues. And
that does not look like felted. That looks like embroidery or part of the fabric. It does not look felted at all.
Well, it's part of the fabric now.
It's definitely part of the fabric now.
So it's just felted onto there. And then there's Jack and Sally.
Oh my gosh.
In the moon. And it says Jack and Sally now and forever. And then on the sleeve, I wrote, this is a quote from the movie. It's been written in the scars of our heart that we are not broken, but bent. And we can learn to love again.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
So this was one of my favorites. I can't carry this, as a sample. It's so big and so heavy and cumbersome. So, but it's a lot of fun. And when I do carry it, the ladies, like, usually my samples are size 3 or size 4. And the ladies are like, oh, I wish I could take a picture with that on, but so this is a larger coat. So the ladies love this when I take this. It's like, oh, now I can have a picture with one of your coats on. So
hey, Kim, I have a question about that coat real quick. On there, hold that up one more time. When you did the embroidery on the sleeves, did you have to open the sleeve up to do the embroidery?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, this one, because I thought a lot of other people were going to be looking at it inside and out, I cut the lining open and I opened the sleeve. And when I did the felting, I opened it all too and did it and then hand stitched all the lining. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Beautiful. So
this font is actually called Nightmare Before Christmas font.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and I saw someone say, what's the needle felting attachment, Susie? It's on the PQ 1500. She might have it there to show you.
Here, yes, I do. Here.
If not, I can bring it up next time too, but here we go. This thing is amazing. There we go. Well, that's the ruffler foot.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Which that is important too.
That's very cool too. So this is the needle felting attachment. This is the box. And then I keep it's kind of separate because it's a little bit cumbersome to take out of the box every time. So you take out the bobbin case and replace it with this little lint cup. Isn't that cute?
Oh my gosh, that is. I like that
bobbin
box.
Case, but it's, it catches the lint. And then this is how this allows it to go up and down without catching and without stitching your fingers. And then this attaches onto the needle bar, and there's 3 needles that are like little barbed needles that go up and down. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, we can see it great there. Mm-hmm.
So they're barbed needles that just go up and down. They don't sew, but.
So which machine did you do your needle felting on?
I think I did it on the Luminaire or on the Dream.
Yeah, because I forgot until I just saw that attachment that you can get the attachments for some of the other machines. The PQ 1500 is one that I've used for a while that had that, but I forgot they had this now.
Right. Yeah. I started doing it on a 1500 at a show, but I don't have the 1500. So I just loved it. I was doing it on mittens. On the Dream fabric frame.
Yes.
And I was so excited that I could actually get it for the Dream machine at the time. But I think it'll still go on the it'll go on the Luminaire, right? Should go on.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I actually always use the PQ 1500. In fact, I have one that's just set up with that because I just love that thing.
And also the 3000. I think I used it on the 3000 also. I think I have a coat now that I'm working on, like a whole full raw edge boiled wool coat.
Oh wow.
So that's been fun.
So very, very fun. That's very inspirational. And the ruffler foot, oh my gosh, that's a lot of fun. That just makes you, that's like one of those things that's addictive where you just want to have ruffles on everything.
I know. I was going to put them on my, the back of my jeans, little rumba. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Going? Okay.
Keep rolling. This is so fun.
Okay. So this was another one for the same, the same event. And I liked this jacket a lot. It has nice lines, but it had really boring buttonholes. It just had little gray buttonholes. So I picked out the buttonholes to get rid of the bulk. And then I put this onto sticky wash away stabilizer, scanned the hoop, and I brought in this buttonhole design. And I was able to project it right down over the old buttonhole so I could see exactly where that old buttonhole was, and then I could stitch the new buttonhole around it. So
oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
So I'm sure I couldn't have gotten this close. Just I'm doing it all. I'm just trying to see this backwards. Here we are. So, so now I can use the boring buttons and it looks a little bit nicer. Plus it's supposed to be a little bit ugly. So there's spiders on this one. Okay.
I love that though. You know, you can really see that buttonhole when you put that button in there now. That really makes.
And then I call this my car wash jacket. These are just, I loved the fabric. It's like a flocked kind of fabric. So I cut these little fringy things, put those all around it and covered the raw edge with this purchased lace. And then on the back.
Oh my gosh.
It says Punk the Halls.
That's awesome.
And then there's the little danglies.
Okay, so I love the danglies. I love everything about the whole jacket except for the spiders. I'm completely petrified of spiders. I couldn't even wear that and I would be freaking out. I mean, I would be like sitting there and forget that it was on my jacket and I would be jumping through the roof.
So
that's cute. So anyway, will you show me that buttonhole one more time really close? Because I saw some people saying that is so cool. So I'm going to bring you up there now. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. Great idea with the buttons. I agree. And yes, Karina would love that skull. Oh my gosh. Shirley says, what an imagination. We love your stuff. So, hey, Christy has a quick question for you.
Yes.
So that ruffler.
Yes.
Oh, that was my scan and cut. I think my scan and cut is going to sleep. It scared me. I was like, who's in here playing with the scan and cut? She wants to know, is there a way that if you have a specific amount of area that you need ruffles, is there a way to adjust the lengths of that so you know about how long it's going to be?
That's probably an engineer question, but there is a way to adjust how much of a bite it takes each time it pulls. So you can make your ruffles real close together or real far apart. So what I did on this, I had a certain amount of fabric and I did about 3 inches and then I measured it as compared to how much I started with. So if it's 12 inches and it ruffled down to 6 inches, I knew that I had to, have here, ruffler can be adjusted to 6 different settings. Test on a scrap. See, yeah, you test it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
and
Mark.
that's another thing is if you know that you're going to have an exact area, I would probably go with a little bit smaller one because you have a little more adjustment if you need to change it yourself at the end. So, or if you're going around a corner or something like that.
Right. And I did more than I needed also. I just made more than I needed because then, like, I probably didn't need to go all this curly, but I had it, so why not? And then down at the bottom.
She's, oh no, math.
I know, there's that other 4-letter word.
4-letter word. I think that's what my nephew said about that. All right, do you have what else you got over there? I see something else. I spy.
I do. One more. So this one I have to isolate because the fake fur just gets on everything. It's
I have to isolate.
So this one is just a denim coat. I think this was the last one. And it's like, well, the other two, I kind of liked them. I thought they were pretty. So I had to do a really ugly one. So this is the cuff.
I love that fur. You have the fur upside down. Like if you against the.
Yes. So it hangs funny.
I love that.
And then
hold one of your sleeves up, just right up close, and then just let it sit for a sec so the camera can, so you guys can see that hair, how the hair is hanging upside down. So it's like going against, well, I mean, you could hang it either way, but usually like if you had a coat, you'd hang it the other way because it would lay flat. I love that idea. What a great way to make it stick out.
And then you have to trim it, of course, because it was too much.
Jenny says, more buttons. Imagine that.
Well, I'll turn my camera around if you want to see my button problem. So
we definitely want to see your button problem.
This is the color. And then, of course, we have to have jingle bells. And then down here at the bottom, more of that lace.
That lace is beautiful.
I love this lace. I bought about 100 yards of it, I think.
Uh-oh, April's going to ask you a technical question.
Okay.
Did you sew all the buttons on or did you glue them?
Oh, I sewed them. I used the machine and I sewed them on by machine here.
Sewed them on by machine. Definitely.
Because
Gorgeous.
we can, right?
Because we can.
Because we can. And then this says, jingle all the way, making spirits bright.
That's cool.
So that's my ugly coat.
So
problem.
inspirational. Jenny says she has a button problem too.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. I feel you.
I have a lot of my buttons downstairs. I took some of, well, actually, I'm not sure if they started as fishing boxes and I used them for buttons, or they were actually crafting boxes and Wynn took some for fishing. But either way, I kind of like snag a lot of his boxes, and that's how I have them all organized by color. But I would say I have a pretty big button problem as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a problem. I would call it a decorating challenge.
Yes. Well, I started with Sucrette's boxes and then went to Ziploc bags and then went to peanut butter jars and now I'm in wipey containers, all separate colors, you know.
Grinch coat. That's very cool. Oh my gosh, this is so, everybody's saying, I love this. Debbie says call it a Grinch coat.
A Grinch coat. Yeah, I love. Oh, we could make a Grinch coat. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. There's the challenge.
Yeah.
Everyone, oh, Susie, that is a great place to find buttons at a discounted price.
Yes.
Garage sales. Mhm.
And also just mention it to people. And then again, you get stuff showing up on your front porch.
Yes, that is so true.
And
Oh, this
years
is such
later,
a fun
they say,
episode.
years later, they say, are you still collecting buttons? Like, I have buttons for you.
I have a lot of those too. My hard time is, and May gave me an idea because I get a lot with like one, or you have a sweater or something that comes with one extra button that you're never
Right.
going to probably use. And if you ever needed it, you would never know where in the world it was anyways. But May has a big jar with just like one-off buttons. Is that what you do?
What I do?
Mhm. Yeah. Do you just put like, if you have just like a one, instead of a whole set of like 3 or 4, when you just
Oh.
have one button,
No.
how
I
do you
put 'em
organize it?
I put them in colors. So I have a different box for each color. And then I have one miscellaneous box because sometimes you can't tell if it's green or black or if it's, colors are weird and are multicolors. So I put those all in one box.
Definitely.
There's black, brown, and silver,
Kim
green
says,
and brownish.
okay, so Kim,
Okay.
this is all I have so far, and I'm really fighting on what to put on here. It's just a simple green top, but I need
Okay.
some of your inspo. I'm loving that faux fur, and I've got a whole batch of that laying around.
Oh, I would
Little
definitely put
pieces.
that around the collar and around the hem, like a little bit, like little. You're so classy, though. I can't see you being, tacky like that.
It's all about being tacky this week, though, right?
Okay, so find some fun ribbon and put just a little strip of the fur hanging down from the hem. Put a strip of ribbon to cover the raw edge and then put buttons over the top of the ribbon and do it on the cuff and the collar.
That's a great idea.
And
And I
then-
have a lot.
And then you could embroider snowflakes all over the, thing.
Okay, I'm on it.
I don't know.
I think, I'm wondering if there isn't, I'm thinking doing a snowflake applique with the scan and cut, save me a ton of
Yes.
time.
Yes. Yes. There you go. I think we solved your problem. Anything else you need? No.
That sounds perfect. So how many of you, by the way, are working on your outfits? Don't forget to include #BrotherSews, because then we can see how your progress is coming along. We cannot wait, especially if you're sewing buttons with your sewing machine. That should be the photo of the day. Show us sewing buttons with your sewing machine. #BrotherSews.
Yes.
#SocialHop 2020.
It goes so fast. I have some more jackets that I sewed tons of buttons on, and it went so fast. I mean, I was going to do it, sitting there watching TV at night, and I thought, no, you got to be kidding me. I don't have to do that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Janice says to add lights.
Yes. With a little battery pack. Yeah.
I have some of those. I still have some of those from our wedding, which is quite a long time ago, and they still work. I bring them out every Christmas because I can put them along the mantle and just plug them in. And if I forget to turn them off, they just turn off after like 8 hours anyway. So
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah.
So I heard that you're having a ugly sweater contest or project. So what's that all about?
So
I
it's
didn't
just
have the details.
it's a challenge for everyone to go in their closet or grab something, and we're going to see whoever posts this hashtag brother sews. We have a special live show next week on Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring up any photos I see of you guys. So if you want to be Insta famous on the Brother Sews sewing in Instagram, but you have to do hashtag brother sews, and then we can find those photos. So just for inspiration, fun stuff. We all need a good laugh at the end of the year, don't we?
So can we just go on hashtag brother sews and see what everybody's posted, or is there a?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you want to look up a hashtag, if you go to Instagram, if you look up at the top and do hashtag brother sews, you'll get anything that anyone posts for brother sews. And so if somebody also has on their hashtag brother sews ugly sweater, you're going to see those. But if you do hashtag brother sews, that's easy. Everybody can see it. And then just put in your post that it's for the ugly sweater. Because I'd hate to say, look at the ugly sweater, and it was something that was not intended to be an ugly sweater.
Right. Oops.
But actually, it's not even about that. It's more about the inspiration of doing some really fun things.
Right. Well, it gives you the freedom to do something that you thought of. And it's like, I can't do that. Yes, I can. I can do that now. Because I can say, oh, I meant for it to be ugly.
Doreen says she wants to play at your house. Oh, Marie, you don't understand the social hop. Okay, so this is it. Now, this is not sponsored by Brother, by the way. This is a contest that I'm putting on. Although we did give Brother a shout out, because what I did is I chose different businesses that I've worked with through the years. Brother obviously is one of the main ones with all the Facebook Live shows. So you can enter the social hop if you go to angelawolf.com. Just go there and click on blog. BLOG, and you'll see all of the ones that you have to hop to. But if you enter, we're doing a huge giveaway on Friday. So this will be, all the details are there. Now, again, this is not sponsored by Brother, but Brother is one of the main companies that I was thanking for allowing us to do Facebook Live shows with you guys the whole year. So it was kind of just a shout out to all the businesses that have been great, to the Wolf Pack, and to all of you that keeping us laughing. And that has nothing to do with the ugly sweater. That was just something, there's so many fun ideas. Now, even if you look at all the things that you just showed, some of those I would use for a beautiful sweater. So it's not necessarily the ugly, although you can keep the spiders.
Okay.
And Arnell's right. If you put hashtag social hop 2020, then I can see what you're working on there too. So all these things to remember, but if you have nothing else to do, why not? And yes, so when you do hashtag brother sews, put the two words together. So it's hashtag brother sews, all one word. And then Brother can see what you're working on too. They love it when you show what you're working on one of their Brother machines. Brother sewing, crafting, you name it. So this was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get started on my sweaters. So we have live shows every single day this week, Kim. So if you're bored, you're more than welcome to join us again, because we have a live show tomorrow at 2 on Brother, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at noon. But guess what? I think we were just talking about this. I just got a notification that they're going to do a power outage for 3 hours. And so I'm hoping it's either going to be Wednesday or Friday from 8 to noon. So if for any reason on Wednesday or Friday we're late, you know why? Because they just decided that that would be a great time to turn our power off for 3 hours. So if we're late, just know it's not on purpose. We'll be there eventually.
And Kathy's doing tomorrow, she's doing another recipe.
Yes, Kathy will be on here doing another recipe. And actually, I believe we have almost just a ton of the educators popping in for just 5 and 10 minute little gift ideas and tutorials. So just inspiration for everyone. But I love that tie. I think I'm going to go do a couple of those. I've got a whole thing in the garage, and I'm going to embroider the names of my family, because they would be ones that would keep the gift, and, well, they better not throw away the tie.
No, but just see, like even here, put 2020.
Oh, what a good idea.
Merry Christmas 2020. Stop and smell the roses.
If you didn't want to embroider it, you could just do that with vinyl on the Scan and Cut, press it in place. That's a quick ending.
Exactly. And pop it on the top of a gift.
Very, very much so. I'm just making sure we didn't miss any questions. Yes, Social Hop, you guys are awesome. And thank you all. Thank you, Brother, for letting us go live on your page all the time. in winter in Michigan. Definitely. It's definitely winter in Michigan. We got, I don't know, maybe 4 inches of snow this week. Oh, Michelle has a good idea. What about roses for ornaments?
Yes. Yes. Oh,
That's-
thank you. Put them back to back and put the hanger, sticking
Oh,
up.
that's a great idea.
Thank you. With little things, streamers hanging down. Perfect idea.
Definitely. See, this is all about more
Never think about that.
inspiration.
Yes.
All right, Kim. Well, I hope you have a wonderful week if we don't see you.
Thank you. I'll
if you're
see
bored,
you.
we'd
You
love
won't
to
see
you.
me.
We cannot wait to see your organization in January.
I better get busy today.
Oh, gosh. It's all fun, though.
Thank you, Angela.
All right. Bye, everyone. See you tomorrow.